Alright, we're going to do this really quick. This is for most music critics an easy one to do. Welcome to Album a Day Online, episode 14. By the way, my name is Daryl. I'll be your critic. There's nothing critical I can say, well, nothing negative I can say about this. This is Miles Davis's Kind of Blue, the 50th Anniversary Legacy Edition, which is a 2-disc set including studio sequences and alternate takes for the original album, which was only 5 tracks long, originally released in 1958. The 50th anniversary took an extra year to get to because they wanted to make sure the master tapes were properly and adequately remastered. There are few jazz records out there that have been as successful as Miles Davis's Kind of Blue. It's kind of the jazz record for people who don't particularly like jazz. The only other albums that might be able to boast that title may be, say, the Take 5 by Dave Brubeck, and some of Vince Guaraldi's stuff, the Charlie Brown Christmas. And some of you jazz purists out there may be laughing when I say that, but real jazz musicians know that Vince Guaraldi was amazing. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Miles Davis's Kind of Blue. This is the 3rd CD copy of this album I purchased. The first was the very original. Now, what you should know, for those of you who don't know, is that the original album was recorded on 2 3-track recorders. And the second recorder was slightly out of sync with the first. So for years and years and years, basically from 1958 to about 1992 or 3, all the pressings were slightly out of key with each other because the left side and the right side were slightly out of sync with each other. They fixed that for the CD re-release in the mid-90s, and then, of course, why fix it if it ain't broken, because they got the perfect sound for the re-release, and then they just added more tracks for the 50th Anniversary Legacy Edition. I like Legacy Editions because they very often come with excellent photos that were taken during the studio recording and photos that were previously unreleased. They also come with fantastic essays detailing the making of the record in question and detailing the importance of the record in question. And again, when you're talking about important records, Miles Davis is Kind of Blue. There's very few records in the pop pantheon that are as important, by my humble opinion. So the Legacy Edition comes with a second disc of previously unreleased outtakes and alternate takes, and previously unreleased in what's called an authorized form. Fans, traders, bootleggers, most of this music has been available for years and years, but it's never been collected in a official Miles Davis release authorized by Miles or the state of Miles or the record companies that own publishing rights. So, very quick and to the point, if you are a musician of any standard, if you're a rock musician, if you're a jazz, well, especially if you're a jazz musician, if you don't own this record and you're a jazz musician, hang your head in shame. But if you're a rock musician, if you're into hip-hop, if you're into any musical form, this should be one of your desert island picks. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, one of my top 5 records of all time. My name is Daryl. I've been your critic. Go out and buy some new music. Go out and discover some new music. Have a great night.